Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello and welcome to the Healthy Her podcast. A big, massive welcome to all of our new followers and subscribers. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button so you don't miss an episode every week. And it also lets other listeners know that the Healthy Her is one to check out and one to listen to each week. So if you haven't gone and hit that follow button, it would mean the world to me once you finish listening to this episode if you jump back and hit the subscribe button. Okay, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to start any exercise and workout routine for lasting results. Because I know, and this was me included, that for many of us, we all have good intentions. We have good intentions to work out regularly, to move our bodies regularly, and then stuff comes up and things happen in life. And unfortunately, we just don't move as much as we want to. So I want to give you all of my tips, tricks, and hacks today on how you can start any exercise workout routine so that you can get those lasting results that you want. And this might be the gym, it might be Pilates, it might be yoga, it might be walking. These tips can be applied to any type of exercise or any type of movement that you would like to do. So basically, my intention with this podcast is always to save you time, because I spent so many years just wasting time on all of the wrong things that don't actually work, don't help you to achieve healthy eating consistently. And the same with exercise. Like, I just wasted so much time. So my intention with sharing all of these things with you is that I can save you some time so you can not waste your time like I did on all the wrong things that just don't move the needle forward. Okay, so before I get into my top tips, I really want to talk to you about our mindset around exercise. Now, we sort of have this belief as women that as we get older, it becomes harder to lose weight and that our metabolisms slow down. And this is simply not the case. So, what I want you to do is think about, say, now compared to when you're in your 20s, compare the amount of movement that you would do. So, physical activity, you may have played a sport, you may have gone to the gym, you may have done more walking. As we get older, we just move less. And that's the honest truth. And majority of women think that they move more than they actually do. I'm going to give you a tip later on the episode about how you can make sure that you are actually moving enough during the day, because daily movement is really important, not only for weight loss, but also for weight management and just your general health. It is so, so important. And unfortunately, as society has changed and we've become more sedentary and we sit more and we're on computers more and all those kind of things, we just don't move as much as what we did in our younger years. So, shifting our mindset about how we look at exercise. So, like I said, it's not harder to lose weight as we get older. It's just that, one, we move a whole lot less, and two, we actually start to lose muscle mass. So, when you have more muscle mass, you burn more calories. So, the more muscle mass you have as you get older, the better it is. So, you get your muscle mass from doing weight training, from doing resistance training. So, regardless of your age and what age you're listening to this podcast, you should be incorporating weight training and resistance training into your week of workouts, because it is so important for your metabolism as you get older, as well as your general strength and how you age. And there is just so much research and so many benefits of incorporating weight training into your week of workouts. Like I said, it will help to keep your metabolism firing, plus so many other amazing benefits too. The other thing I want to talk about before I get into those tips is that we have to, not like I said, shifting our mindset. So, one, not that it's harder to lose weight and harder to move, it's just that we do it less. So, we have to be creative and make more of an effort to move in our general day to day life. Like I said, because we do sit so much. The other thing I want you to focus on is when you're listening to these tips, I want you to think about shifting your mindset around exercise. Like I said previously, we all have really good intentions. We go, okay, well, I'm going to start a new exercise regime and I'm going to join the gym or I'm going to go to Pilates 3 times a week and have all these good intentions. And then something comes up, your child gets sick or something happens at work or your friend bails and you can't make it and stuff comes up. And so then you stop exercising and you stop moving your body and you say, okay, well, I'll do it again later. And unfortunately, what that comes down to is the fact that we have a different mindset towards exercise. So we see exercise as something that we should turn on and off. We see exercise as something that we only do to lose weight. We see exercise as something that we do for a specific occasion. So to fit into, you're a guest at your best friend's wedding and you want to fit into a dress. That's the way that we see exercise. So we see exercise as something that's just a short-term solution. We turn it on and off when we need to. We start it and stop it at certain times in our life. And we don't look at exercise as something that we should just be doing long-term for our, not only to do with weight loss and weight maintenance, but also for our general health. And it's that mindset that we're stuck in, which is why we have trouble exercising and moving our bodies consistently on a daily basis. It's because our mindsets are stuck in this belief that it's just something that we turn on and off when we need to. And it's simply not the case. Like the benefits of you moving your body daily are just like, and aside from the physical things, like your mental health. Like I can tell you that if I am in a bad mood or feeling flat or tired or low, and I take myself outside in nature for a walk, I literally feel better within 10 minutes. Like exercise is so impactful, but we have been brainwashed to believe that exercise is only for weight loss, exercise is only to reach an end goal, exercise is something that we only turn on and off. We only sign up for an exercise program because we've got a Bali holiday coming up or we're going on a big trip to America and that's the only reason that we start the exercise program. So when you start listening to these tips, I really want you to start changing and shifting your mindset around the way that you look at exercise. Exercise is something that you should just be doing. Like it should just be a part of your everyday routine. We sit way too much. We don't move as much and it affects our mental health, our physical health. So it's really, really important to find a rhythm and a routine with exercise that you enjoy. And that's going to want to make you show up and do it consistently. Okay, so let's jump into some of my top tips. Okay, number one, collect some data. Now, the big thing that I teach the girls in our Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership is I encourage them to track their steps and to wear a watch. Like I said earlier in the episode, majority of us think we move enough, but we don't. It was obviously for me, I've been doing this for a few years now, but I remember the first time I wanted to get into tracking my steps and knowing how much I move. And I was like, yeah, I get like, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9. Or the first time I wore my watch, I think I got about 4. So we so massively underestimate the amount of daily movement that we're doing. And I really don't want you to confuse daily movement with more workout, more times in the gym, more exercise. That's not what this is about. This is just daily movement, walking from your car into the shops, like walking around your neighborhood, just daily steps. I'm not talking about more workouts, more exercise. I'm just talking about sitting less and moving more in your day. So you really need to collect some data. So like I said, I guarantee you will be moving a lot less than what you think. Just getting a watch, they are so cheap now. You can buy them from literally anywhere. You can just wear it every day and it will give you a really good idea of how much movement you actually get in your day. So you need to have some data. So number one, you need to collect some data because like I said, you can't just go, well, yeah, I do enough movement throughout my day. Like 90% of the time, most of us do not move enough. So it's a really good one to collect some data, see how much you move, and then set yourself a goal. So if you've popped your watch on and you've done your first day and you're like, oh, okay, well, I only did 4,000 steps. Don't go, right, well, I'm going to do this crazy thing and now I'm going to aim for 10,000 steps. Just start small. So say, okay, today I did 4. Tomorrow I'm going to do 5 or 6. And just work your way up in small amounts of increments. Now, if you're also listening to this and thinking, oh, do I have to hit 10K steps every day? No, you don't. 8 to 10K steps a day is a good amount of movement. There is no set rule, hard and fast, but majority of us, like I said, just don't move enough, and we should all be working towards getting more steps and more general movement into our day. I just wanted to mention too, before I move on to the next step, in my experience and with the women that I have worked with, there is a small percentage of women, and there may be some of you listening to this and you're like, oh, but Jen, like I do like 15,000, 20,000 steps a day. Like I do so many steps. Like I'm really good at this part. But they'll always say to me, but Jen, I can't lose weight. Jen, I've tried everything. Jen, I've done all the shakes. Jen, I'm doing all these steps and I'm not losing weight. If you are listening to this and that is you, it is your nutrition, it is your diet 100%. So, as I've spoken about in previous episodes, exercise should be an add on to your diet. You need to always focus on your diet and your nutrition first because you cannot out exercise a bad diet. You can try, but you can't. The amount of calories that we burn during physical exercise is so small. And that's what the problem is as women is we go, oh, well, I've done an hour of exercise and the machine at the gym says I've done 500 calories or my watch says this 100 calories. Please don't ever go off the calories and include them into your calculations for your calorie deficit and things like that because they are not accurate. So whenever you're looking at your diet plan, your meal plan and all those things, you're trying to work out calories and stuff like that, don't ever include the exercise that's found on the gym equipment or on your watch because it is not accurate. If you are that person and you are someone that does loads and loads of steps every day and you're still not getting any changes or any of the results you want, definitely go back and look at your food. That is exactly what I teach our Hype Gal members. As soon as they join the membership, I teach them how to do a diet audit so they can work out what they've been eating, where their calories are coming from, and then we create their deficit from there. So if you are someone that's moving a lot during the day and is still not getting any traction or any results, I would 100% recommend going back and looking at your food, your diet, and making sure that you are in a calorie deficit. Okay, tip number 2, ask yourself, what do you enjoy? There is no purpose in you going, right, well, I'm going to sign up for the gym. If you hate the gym, like if you prefer working out in the comfort of your own home, there is absolutely no point in you joining up for a gym if you know deep in your core that you hate going to the gym. So you really need to find out what you enjoy doing. Is it Pilates? Is it walking? Is it yoga? What do you actually enjoy doing? And I think this is the thing when it comes to exercise is it's back to that mindset thing. We think, oh, well, it's got to be done this way, or I have to exercise that way. Or the woman that I saw on TV or on YouTube, she exercises like this way. So I must do it that way. And it's really about shifting your mindset. Exercise needs to be something that you enjoy doing and that you like doing, because without that, you're going to find it very, very difficult to show up. But what I want to stress with this is be prepared to have a play around. Like if you're listening to this and you could be one wanting to start out, you could be someone who's tried dabbling in a bit of gym and a bit of exercise and you sort of haven't found your rhythm. You might be the girl who goes for a bit and then stops again. And that's because of that mindset that we're stuck in, that it has to be a certain way, that exercise has to be done this way and we have to follow this plan and this program. And it doesn't. So I really want to stress that if you haven't found your groove with exercise yet, go and have a play. Like join a gym, do a 2-week trial, try it out, see if that's something that you like. Go for more walks, ride a bike, join Pilates, do yoga. You have to just be prepared to have a flexible mindset and go, well, you know what? I'm not quite sure what I really enjoy yet. You might want to go and sign up and try a few classes, and you'll very quickly realize what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And that's a really important part of making exercise a consistent part of your weekly routine. Like I said, if you don't like it, you're not going to do it. You just have to be prepared to have a play around and try some different things until you find a good type of exercise or a type of workout that works for you. Tip number 3, and I'm a big believer in this one, get new activewear. Now, I have spoken about investing in yourself in a previous episode of the Healthy Her podcast. So if you want to hear about some other ways about how you can invest in yourself, like really low cost, really cheap, and also free ways that you can invest in yourself, definitely go back and listen to that episode. Because this is one of those lowish cost ways that you can invest in yourself is by getting yourself some new activewear. I cannot stress this enough. You show up differently when you feel good about yourself. So, if you're going to exercise and you're wearing your old track pants with a hole in them, and you're wearing your husband's old t-shirt that's got stains on the front and things like that, and you're going to do your exercise in those clothes, you're not going to show up as the best version of yourself. Whereas if you've brought yourself some new activewear, you may not be at your end goal and, lost the weight or feeling your best, but buying that new activewear and doing your workouts in your new activewear is going to make you show up in a different way. So it could be a new pair of leggings. You could also maybe just get a new water bottle to take to your classes with you. There are so many ways that you can motivate yourself to show up for exercise. And I'm a big believer, new activewear is game changing. Even myself, and I've got a lot of activewear, but after a while, if I wear it day in, day out, it gets a bit old. I need to get some new activewear. And the second that I do, and the second that I put it on, and when I go to the gym for the first time in that activewear, I show up differently. I work out differently. I'm more motivated. So don't underestimate the simple power of just investing in some new activewear to help you show up more consistently with your workouts and with your weekly exercise routine. Are you ready to step into a vibrant community of health-conscious women where your journey to helping feel easy begins? Welcome to the Healthy Eating Hype Gal community, your ultimate destination for mastering your relationship with food and embracing a healthy lifestyle. As a busy working mum who's lost 10 kilos, I've been through it all and I understand the struggle. That's why I'm here to teach you the exact steps and tools I use to lose weight, conquer my mindset and thrive, all while juggling the demands of everyday life. Say goodbye to no more confusing fad diets or overwhelming nutrition advice. In this community, I'll guide you through the maze of weight loss and healthy eating and explain it to you in a way that finally makes sense. From easy, family-friendly meal plans to my exclusive calorie deficit quick guide, monthly masterclasses, plus so much more, so you can finally make healthy eating an achievable lifestyle without restriction. It's time to ditch the confusion and overwhelm for good. Join today and kickstart your journey to a healthier, happier you. There's no perfect time to start. Let's make your wellness dreams a reality. Okay, tip number 4, don't wait for the perfect day and just start. It's back to our mindset. We have this belief around exercise that it has to be perfect. We have to have a good night's sleep and all of our family has to be well and work has to be going good and the house needs to be clean and you need to feel amazing to show up for exercise. You need to show up anyway. So don't wait for the perfect day. So if you're listening to this and going, yeah, I really want to get into I need to be more consistent with my exercise and I want to join the gym and I want to do more regular workouts. If you're listening to this, please don't be saying to yourself, okay, I'll start next week when work's not so busy. I'll start next month after the kids' sport has finished. Start today, start tomorrow. You can start any of these things. The getting a watch and tracking your steps, increasing your steps, signing up for a class. You can literally do these things right away. And the reason that it's so important that you don't wait for perfect in order to start something is because perfect doesn't exist. And that's the true secret to making healthy eating and exercise consistent for the long term of your life is that there's no perfect day. There's never a perfect time to exercise because life is hectic. Life is busy. We're all busy working women, mums, and we're juggling all the things. And there's just never going to be a perfect time. But that's why you have to just decide that you're going to start and decide that you're going to show up no matter what life throws at you. I always look at exercise as little meetings, non-negotiable meetings that I have with myself. So if you follow me on my Instagram at The Active Bod, you'll know that for me, morning movement is a part of my non-negotiable. I like getting up and going and doing my exercise or a walk or whatever it might be that day at the start of my day because it's a non-negotiable. That's the one thing in my day that I do that's just for me. And it is so important that you have those non-negotiables for yourself. So it might be the exercise, it might be drinking more water, because life will throw stuff at you all the time. And you have to be rock solid that, you know what? No matter what, I'm still going to get some movement in today. And also, too, I've spoken about this in previous episodes, but it's about being okay with your plan B. So you might have said, right, well, I'm going to go to Pilates today. And all this stuff happens. Your kids are sick, like work, like your car breaks down. There's all these issues and you can't go to Pilates. There's always a plan B. There's always a walk around the block with the dog. There's always put on a 20-minute YouTube workout. There is always a plan B when it comes to exercise. And again, it's back to that mindset. It's back to that ditching this perfectionist attitude that exercise has to be perfect. It has to be the perfect routine and it has to look like this. No, it doesn't. It can look however you need it to look on that particular day. The other tip I wanted to give you about waiting for perfect, like on those days where you're just not motivated and you don't want to do anything, say to yourself, I will just do something. That's all you have to say. So you go, I will just do something. So that might be a walk. It might be that you drive to the gym and you say, I'll just do something. I can guarantee you that 99% of the time, if you say, I will just do something, before you know it, your I'll just do something has turned into 30 or 45 minutes of consistent exercise. Often what happens is that it's that mental block that we have when we start exercising. The second that you start exercising, it's like your body just takes over and sort of just does the work. It's literally your mind that you have to convince. So if you can just say to yourself, so instead of saying, well, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to have this perfect workout and this perfect gym routine and a perfect Pilates and all of these kind of things, just say, yep, okay, I'll just go for a walk and I'll just do something. I'm going to go to the gym and I'll just do something. I'll just put a YouTube workout on and I'll just do something. And like I said, you will be pleasantly surprised at how quickly your I will just do something will turn into a fairly decent workout. And that's the thing. Ditch the perfectionism. Just show up and just start doing something and stop waiting for perfect, because there's no perfect anything when it comes to exercise or healthy eating. Okay, tip number 5. This is a really, really important one because we associate exercise with motivation. And you need to accept the fact that you won't always feel like exercise. That's just the reality of it. Like if I didn't go to the gym on all the days that I didn't feel like it, I probably wouldn't go very often. But what you have to do is that you have to show up because you know that future you will reap the benefits afterwards. So you sort of almost have to put yourself into your future you body, your future you mindset and go, I really don't feel like this now. But I know that the future me is going to sleep better. She's going to have more energy. She's going to continue to work towards her goals. She's going to have better skin. Like there are so many benefits of daily movement and daily exercise. So just accept that you won't always feel like it and just show up because you know it's better for the future you of you and the highest version of you. And to be honest, I can tell you in all the time that I've been doing this and the times that I have gone to the gym when I didn't want to, it's when you get the most benefit out of it. It's when you show up on those days that you really don't want to show up is when you get the most benefit out of it, because it's like you're keeping those promises that you kept to yourself. It builds your self reliance on yourself, it builds your personal growth. So it's really, really important to show up on those days that you won't always feel like it. And honest truth, you never regret it. Like in all the times I've gone to the gym when I didn't want to go, I've never got in my car afterwards and gone, wow, that really sucked. I just should not have gone at all. Like I said, because once you can push past that first 5 minutes of your mind going, no, 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 I'm too tired. I can't be bothered. I don't want to do this. And you just do it, your body just takes over and does the rest. So it's just learning to push past those first moments of your brain saying, I'm too tired. I don't want to do this. I'd rather be at home on the couch. Push past it and build that self reliance and that self resilience, and it will get easier over time. Okay, number 6. The more you go, the easier it will be. I'm going to say that one again. The more you go, the easier it will be. Now, the reason this is because consistency creates flow and momentum. So think about it like brushing your teeth. So when you go to brush your teeth, you don't have to think, oh, okay, I've got toothpaste on the brush. Yep, unscrew the lid. You don't think about it. You just do it. It's just automatic, isn't it? It's just a daily habit that you've done so many times that you just do it and you don't think about it. Exercise is exactly the same. So the more you go and the more consistently you go, it creates flow and it's creates momentum. And the reason as women that we struggle with that flow and momentum is because we have this start, stop, on off mindset around exercise, and that we have told ourselves that we only exercise for an end goal. We only exercise for weight loss. We only exercise to get rid of our cellulite. We only exercise to fit into our favorite dress for the birthday party. That's what's stopping us from getting that consistency, because we have this on off start stop mindset about exercise. But the more you go, the first few times probably will suck. This feels really hard. I don't want to do it. And the more you go and the more you show up for yourself and do daily movement and daily exercise, you'll find it just becomes easier. You go, oh, okay, well, that wasn't so bad. Because, like I said, relate it to the brushing of the teeth. That's what exercise will become for you if you show up consistently enough. It's just like your brain goes, nope, this is what we do on a Tuesday morning. This is where we go. And you just won't overthink it and you will just get up and go. Tip number 7, and this is a big one that I've had to learn on my own personal health and weight loss journey. If you do want to hear more about my 10-kilo weight loss and how I got started and all those kind of things, you can jump back to the very first episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I go into all of it there. It's a bit of an insight into where I started and where I came from. So if you're needing a bit of inspiration, you can go back and listen to that first episode. This tip, don't rely on others to exercise. It's back to that. Exercise needs to be these non-negotiable meetings that you keep with yourself. Now, you can't rely on someone else to exercise. It can't be, I only go for a walk when my girlfriend can go with me. I'm only going to go to the gym when my friend can come with me. You have to do these things for yourself and for you. If you rely on other people, you can't, because your friend will cancel because their kid gets sick. You're really pumped for your yoga class that you're going to at 6 o'clock at night, and your friend messages and says, yeah, no, look, I just can't be bothered going tonight. So you're like, okay, so what do I do? And then you go, oh, okay, well, I just won't go tonight. I'll just pick another time and I'll go then. You must keep the promises that you make to yourself and not rely on others to exercise, because, like I said, other people aren't reliable. You are the only person that you can count on. So you have to become rock solid with the fact that, you know what, if your friend bails on you, that you still go for the walk instead. Okay. If they cancel last minute, that you still go to the class by yourself. Again, it will help build your self-reliance and your self-resilience. So please don't rely on others to get you to exercise, because it's just not something that you can count on. My last tip, and this is an important one, don't go more than 2 or 3 days between moving your body. It comes back to the earlier tip that I mentioned, that consistency creates flow and momentum. So the longer that you go between moving your body, the harder it's going to be to pick it up again. Like, if you have a few off days, that's fine. Stuff happens and we all need to take breaks, but get back into it. Don't get stuck back in this mindset again of, oh, well, I'll just wait. This is not a good week for me and I'm having all this stuff. So I'll just wait until next week or the end of the month or another day. Don't leave it too late between moving your body, because that will just make it harder for you. So like I said, the more consistent you go, the easier it is to go. And that consistency creates flow and momentum. And that will help you show up consistently. So the more you go, the more you do the thing, the easier it is to do that thing. And there's a quote that I love. It's like, do the hard thing and life gets easier. And it is so true. Like, it will feel hard at first, but if you can keep doing the hard thing with showing up for exercise, your life will get easier. The process of showing up for exercise will get easier. And like I said, with the brushing your teeth example, after a while, you just be like, oh, okay, wow, like, I'm just kind of doing this now. And you don't have to have that constant daily mindset struggle about getting off the couch and moving your body every day. I was actually interviewed recently on an episode of the Healthy Hustlers podcast. And one of the questions that she asked me was, which healthy habit has had the most impact on your life? And hand on heart, I can honestly say for me, it's my morning exercise. So for me, I like to get up early before my kids and my family get up, and having that little meeting with myself first thing in the morning is honestly one of the best things that I ever did. Now, I'm not saying that you have to become an early morning workout person, but for me, that's the only time that I could fit it into my day. And morning exercise for me is like a little meeting that I have with myself, and it feels like it's one part of my day that is just for me. It's like, it's quiet. There's no one asking me for anything. There's no one saying, Mum, 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 can you do this? Or Mum, I need this. Or something with business or work or all of those kind of things, it's just me in the morning. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and I just love that part of my day. And this funny thing happens that when you start your day with showing up for yourself, you show up as a better person for those and the other people that are around you. So don't ever feel like exercising or showing up for yourself is a bad thing, because there are so many benefits. I know there's women listening to this that will have partners and husbands that aren't supportive of them going to the gym and doing exercise. And I feel like maybe we need to do a whole other episode of the Healthy Her podcast on that topic, because I think it is really, really important. But please know that exercising, moving your body, taking care of yourself as a woman, as a mum, is not selfish. It is something that you are allowed to do. It is something that you should never, ever feel guilty about. And like I said, if you can find a way to incorporate exercise into your daily routine, the benefits are just like amazing. It's not about weight loss and weight maintenance, about how you feel. It's about how you age. It's about how you sleep. It's about how much energy you have. And we really need to start focusing on the other benefits that we get from daily exercise and daily movement and working out. It isn't about weight loss. When you get into a regular exercise routine, that's when you'll realize, oh wow, the weight loss and that was just such a small part of it. Like, I get so much more from showing up for myself. I get so much more from my daily movement and my exercise and all of those kind of things. So really, really try and shift your mindset and the way that you view exercise and daily movement, and that will set you up for success for the future. And just before I wrap up today's episode, I just want to remind you, there is no perfect workout plan. There isn't. Same with that, there's no perfect way of eating. It's about what works for you. So I really want you to be prepared to have a play around with different types of exercise until you find something that works for you. You just want to make sure that you have a combination of some sort of like steps. So making sure that you are getting enough steps, enough daily movement into your day, and also incorporating some sort of weight training or some sort of resistance training into your week of workouts. Now, how that looks, how you do that, how you schedule that is completely up to you. And like I said, I just want to remind you that there is no perfect workout plan. There's no perfect exercise. There's no perfect exercise that's going to give you the most amazing legs or legs like someone else. It's not. It's about finding a system that works for you, finding a system that is easy for you, finding a system that makes it easy for you to show up consistently with exercise. That is what is most important. I hope you have found lots and lots of key takeaways from today's episode. Like I said, whether you're just starting out with wanting to exercise, whether you're in a bit of a rut with exercise, whether you kind of find yourself, you do it for a bit for a while and then you give up. There's so many tips in here that you can start applying straight away, and they are all really, really simple. Definitely have a play around and see if you can find your groove with exercise, because for me, it's one of those healthy habits that has just continued to reap the benefits. Yes, I lost 10 kilos with exercise as help, but the long-term benefits and the benefits that I continue to get out of daily movement and daily exercise is what keeps me showing up every single day. As always, thank you so much for listening to the Healthy Her podcast. Don't forget to hit that follow and subscribe button. And I would be so grateful if you had like 30 seconds to leave a super quick review down below, because it helps me to get the Healthy Her podcast out to other women, and it helps me share my message. So thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing, because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @theactivebod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.